Yes, you can actually play thousands of different browser games completely for free with the aid of the Flashpoint launcher. Let me show you how. But first, here is a little teaser. The Flashpoint Archive is a community effort to preserve games and animations from the web. That's what the website says, and that's exactly what it is. Up to this day, the Flashpoint project has archived almost 200,000 different games and animations, which you can play completely for free using the Flashpoint launcher. There are two versions of the launcher available on the website, the first one in which you download the games as you go along, and the second one containing all of the games in one huge archive. Beware though, it weighs almost 1.5 terabytes, so we'll go with the very first one, as it is way smaller. The app features a very simple installer, but you won't be downloading any games just yet. Once you install the launcher, you will be able to download games as you go just by clicking on a chosen title. It will download in like 2 seconds or so, and you'll be able to play it right away. To install the app, just leave all the options as default, verify your installation path, and click install. If you don't have the one key dependency on your system, the launcher will ask you to install it. Just go through with it and finish the installation process. The install will now unpack all of the launcher's files and prepare an environment for you to play all of your favorite Flash games, Shockwave games, HTML5 games, and more. Let's give a second for the installer to finish its work and take a look at the launcher's main UI. Once the launcher starts, you will be greeted with a window prompting you to either enable or disable the anonymous Flashpoint analytics. I'll disable them on my system. As you can see, the launcher gives you access to much more platforms than just Adobe Flash. Feel free to explore. It also features quite a few pre-made playlists containing the very best classic Flash games from the past years. The main collection of thousands of different preserved games may take a while to load, but it's well worth it. You can find classics such as Bowman, Zuma, Age of War, Drag Race, and more. It will take you some time to get through them all. When it comes to performance, almost all the games run perfectly well. The only small issues I've had to do with the game's resolutions. Quite understandably, not all of the older games will support higher resolutions or full screen mode. It's pretty much hit or miss when it comes to that. Let me show you a few examples to see how all of this works in practice. We'll start with a true classic, The Age of War. The Age of War runs perfectly fine, albeit it doesn't support full screen mode, so pretty much the only disadvantage here is that you're playing in a very small window and you're not really able to resize it without getting all the game assets messed up. Other than that, it's pretty much the original experience and I'm all in for that. Now let's move on to the second game. Bloons Tower Defense 5. It's a really fun game and it also works perfectly well without any surprises. Compared to the Age of War, it scales pretty well as it's a much newer game and the emulator doesn't have really any trouble running it. Next up is Block Source, which is a pretty fun game too, and it pretty much confirms that all of these simple older Flash games will work perfectly fine within Flashpoint. And for a good measure, here is an older LEGO game which I used to play years back. It was pretty nice to experience it once again. And for me at least, this video wouldn't be complete without the classic Zuma. Here's a quick sample. Aside from thousands of different Flash games you can play, you can also view hundreds of different Flash animations which are preserved within the Flashpoint archive. Well, that's pretty much it. I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope to see you again on the channel. Bye!